Good afternoon, Colorado. Welcome to a Hump Day edition of What's for Lunch. I'm your host, Larry Hers, and today in studio I have Chris and Layla from Parisi. Welcome.
Hello.
You can say hello now.
Hello.
Or say ciao.
Before we get started, I have to mention a word from our sponsor. We have a sponsor these days.
Okay.
Grip Places is a great new app, and you should definitely get it for your restaurant. What it does is they put a camera in your restaurant, and then people download the app, and they can check out the vibe of the restaurant before they come. So instead of the star rating system, which we all kind of hate, this is the new future, matching the vibe with what you want to do that night. Grip Places, download it on the App Store. All right. How old are you?
I am 10 years old.
What grade are you in?
I'm going into 5th grade.
Do you have a brother?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Xander.
If only he was here to be on camera. Maybe next time he'll be like, oh, I should have been on, right? What's your favorite thing at your mom's restaurant?
Pesto gnocchi.
Pesto gnocchi. You know how you really say it, though? Gnocchi. That's how we say it back in the old country. All right. When did Parisi start?
Well, we opened in '98, originally as a market in Delhi, and
that was on what streets?
on Lowell, at 44th
Yeah.
and Lowell, and had landed upon a space that had a huge kitchen. We weren't going to make much use of that initially, but at a certain point we decided, why not? Let's make use of all the space we're paying for, and started doing pastas and pizzas, and before you know it, that's what we became more known for. So
Okay.
we moved a little bit away from the market in Delhi eventually, and then focused on the restaurant.
And when did you move to the new location?
New location was 2004. when
And
we
where
opened.
exactly is that?
That is at 4401 Tennyson Street in the Berkeley neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we were like the first on the street, pretty much.
Yeah, people thought you were crazy back then, right? Where are you
Yes.
putting this?
Absolutely.
Like with my first restaurant, Carmine's on Penn, it was Pennsylvania and Bayard, and that was the hood back then. People thought I was out of my mind.
Yeah,
27 years later, maybe I knew what I was doing.
absolutely.
So, and you've got a long run there too.
Well, we always looked up to Carmine, so.
Oh, and then you added a second part to it. Let's touch on that a little bit.
In 2006, there was a huge space in the basement, and there wasn't enough room to put in its own kitchen or to separate it. So we decided to develop into more of a fine dining concept and have it more as an event space and special events and doing wine dinners and things like that. So Firenze a Tavola came to be in 2006, and we've temporarily shut down during the pandemic. But as soon as we get everyone hired and trained and ready to roll, we'll be reopening hopefully in the fall.
Okay, great. We have a ton of food to jump into. I don't want to miss any of it. So I'm going to start putting it over here on the close-up camera, and you start telling me what it is.
All right. Well, this is on our antipasto menu. This is the kotse, and it's in a little bit of a spicy tomato broth. And, people have their own little way of eating it. They either eat the bread separately to cool down, or they dip it in and put the mussels on top. And so,
Like a
it's
little
very
mussel
popular.
sandwich. I like that idea.
Yes. That one is very popular.
Okay, since this is over here, we'll just put this in.
This is La Diavola, and I brought it just because I wanted to bring a basic, classic Italian pizza. If you order pepperoni in Italy, you will get bell peppers. And I learned
Really?
that the
I
hard
did
way
not
the
know
first
that.
time I was over there. So I learned that you have to order salamino picante, which is a spicy salami. So we put La Diavola on there, the little devil, because it's spicy. So that is why I brought that in. And
I like the char and the bubbles.
yes.
But what kind of oven
absolutely.
you put baking this in?
So we have a wood-fired oven.
Okay.
Originally, we had this oven, huge deck oven, that was, in horrible shape. We kind of restored it. It cost us like $600, and we weren't doing much with it. We were making some focaccia in it, and we ended up getting from Denver Bread Company. He told us to get some rock to put in the bottom, the flagstone.
Oh.
Base,
Mhm.
and so originally we did our pizzas in a deck oven on the flagstone, and then obviously eventually we moved into a space where we had room for a wood-fired oven.
Would you say it's Neapolitan style?
No, we try to stick with just traditional pizzeria style.
Okay.
You go into any pizzeria and you're going to find a list of maybe 2 pages long of the different pizzas. You don't kind of make your own pizza. You just look at all of the selections and usually order what's on the menu. So that was kind of the approach we had, and not really wanting to do any of the Neapolitan style.
Okay. This is right up my alley. I mean, this to me, this is what I always say when things go great together. This is peanut butter and jelly.
Yes.
These are ingredients that you may not think are meant to go together, but
Yes.
they are perfect.
I mean, arugula is my very favorite thing, and actually, my favorite pizza is the diavola with arugula on top.
Yeah.
But this is the prosciutto, rucola, and parm, and it's just a classic staple on a lot of Italian pizzeria menus. So we
So
had to have it.
I take arugula and parmesan and put it on my gnocchi alla vodka.
Oh, nice! Yes. I used to do a gorgonzola cream sauce and put arugula on top, which is fantastic.
And so we have 2 different sizes. Is this the 2 different that you offer?
Yes. So this is the 11 inches. This is intended to be the personal size.
It's a good size personal.
And this way you get the more authentic Italian pizza experience because it's a thinner crust, but not too thin. That is generally, when you order a pizza in Italy, that's what it's going to look like.
Now, the shocking part of all this food, before we get into the next thing, is this is not a fine dining restaurant. This is a fast casual you order at the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks like the finest dining you could see.
Thank you. Well, the whole point of the fast casual was to make it extremely approachable and to be able to do volume based so that we could keep the prices affordable. So that's one of my most important goals with the business, is to make sure that we stay below that price line that we see kind of jumping up in a lot of the other Italian restaurants, but we can compete quality-wise. And so we're part of people's lives on a weekly basis because it doesn't break the bank. You don't have to come for a special occasion. It's approachable. It's family-friendly.
And you save money by not having waiters, and the customer saves money by not having to tip the waiters.
Yes, but times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have
this
changed.
chicken looks amazing. What do we
Yes,
got
this
here?
is the pollo al mattone, so it's the chicken cooked under a brick. We have a wood-fired grill as well, and so that is cooked on the wood-fired grill and then finished off with a little bit of a garlic parsley olive oil sauce.
No
and
big deal.
it's fantastic.
Can you guys see that, Josh? You getting that real good?
That is probably one of our more popular entree.
Yeah, I would destroy
Yeah,
this.
it is. It is very, very good.
I don't know what this is. I mean, I know it's
Well,
pasta, but I don't know what the color
brought it
comes
because
from.
I wanted to bring one of our homemade pastas.
Okay.
We also do regular spaghetti in penne, like spaghetti carbonara and penne puttanesca and things like that. But this one in particular, penne butter and cheese. Layla likes penne butter and cheese. Shh.
Good one.
But this one, this is the tagliatelle gambaretti. So it's saffron, zucchini, and shrimp, and house-made pasta, and price point's a little bit higher than the De Cecco pasta that we serve, but it's fantastic, and it really does compare with high-level Italian dining.
And you sell the fettuccine as well?
Yeah, we do. Yes,
You're like,
here and there.
Again, don't want to.
Because our pasta tech, Mariana, she's constantly rolling out all the ravioli and all of the different cuts of pasta. And she's even busier when Firenze a Tavola is open because we
Sure.
only do the homemade pasta in
Makes
Firenze.
sense.
So
So we got an interesting color on the risotto here. Tell me about that.
yes, this is the risotto Chianti. Currently we're doing a risotto of the day, so it just rotates. You don't know what you're going to land on. But I'm looking to revamp our menu and bring this back as like a permanent selection on our menu. This is, so it's radicchio, red wine, and sausage.
I've never
And
had that
It
combination
is
before.
fantastic. I like the bitterness
You like
of
risotto?
the radicchio. Yes. Both kids are really good and patient at helping make risotto.
This thing looks unbelievable. That's one sandwich?
That is the piadina pugliese. And yes, it is one sandwich, and whenever I order it, I split it in half. I eat half, and I leave the other half for
Yeah.
staff.
I mean, I'm a pretty good eater. I couldn't take that down.
This one is a spicy broccoli, stracchino, and sausage, the pugliese, and it has a little bit of a spice to it. So, yeah, it's a fantastic alternative to a typical sandwich.
All right, one more.
Yeah, is our cult classic. This is not Italian in any way. This is something we created with our Greek salad. One day we thought we would just cook the cheese alone on the pizza base and then put the Greek salad inside of it and fold it up and call it a sandwich.
Why wouldn't you?
And so pizza salad came to be, and it's something that people kind of steer away from until they realize, oh my God, I've landed on the holy grail of fold-up food. So the pizza salad has become a cult classic on our menu.
I looked at the menu and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I thought I've had big menus.
It's a struggle for people who come in hungry and they're like, I don't know, just pick something.
Yes, your menu is the kind where I want to eat everything on there. And some desserts?
So I just brought our house-made tiramisu and then our house-made cannoli, which with a variety of toppings. The tiramisu is a little bit of a twist on your average kind of layered tiramisu, but tastes the same.
Okay.
And it's very popular.
What are your hours?
Currently we're 11 to 8, Tuesday through Saturday. Sundays 12 to 8, closed on Mondays.
So you do get a
That's
day
the result
off-ish.
of the pandemic. We used to be closed on Sundays for 22 and a half years. We were closed on Sundays. During the pandemic, we decided to open up and expand to 7 days a week to try and get more opportunity for people to work and also more opportunity to earn. But then when the hiring shortage came along, we had to drop back down to 6 days a week. We decided that Sunday was such a big day for us that we would make Monday our closed day. So we're testing it out. I'm pretty sure it's going to stick, but things could change.
There's no way to know what the
It's-
future's going to hold.
It's all about the pivot, right?
Yep, and that's who we are as
Yes.
restaurant people.
Yes.
We go with the flow. And,
Yes.
you know. That's,
Yes. Well, in this past year, I've never had to do so many pivots in the matter of just months, but
And what's crazy is they thought the pandemic was hard on restaurants, and yes, it was. But now it's even harder because staffing is the issue, and the cost of goods has gone through the roof for everything. People don't realize
absolutely.
how expensive chicken and beef and even
Yes.
like paper goods have gotten.
Yes. So we're going through a redo of the menu. We're adding more pastas, more pizzas, but there is going to be a slight difference in prices. I have scoured all the Italian restaurant menus of Denver to make sure that we are competitively below so that we can stick with our affordability concept. But because of the way you said the pricing has gone up on everything, the inevitable consequences that we have to raise our prices a little bit. So that should be coming out by fall, I hope, as well.
I guess we didn't touch on alcohol. Aperol spritz, I'm
Aperol
guessing.
spritz, I mean, you know.
So you have
everybody knows what
a
that
full
is.
bar?
We do have a full bar,
Okay.
yes. And Firenze Tavola also has kind of a specialty wine bar, so we get the nicer, higher end labels and stuff in, and we care a lot about curating that menu. So, yeah,
What's your website?
website is parisidenver.com.
Okay. You want to say anything to your fans before we go?
Ciao.
You tell them.
Ciao.
You can tell them to come eat at your restaurant, whatever.
I say come to Parisi. Come to Parisi.
Come to Parisi.
Not bad. Pleasure to meet you too. Thanks for coming in.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having us.
We'll be back at it tomorrow for What's for Lunch.
All right.
Let's eat. Oh,
Let's eat.
usually nobody says it with me, so I wasn't ready.
Bon appetito.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm hungry.
Yes, you are.
Want a bite?